I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied.
The internet exploded the second rumors started spreading that Leonardo DiCaprio had suddenly gone quiet after renewed attention around the Epstein files. People weren't just asking questions anymore. They were creating entire stories in real time. One viral post claimed he was on the run. Another said Hollywood insiders were panicking behind closed doors. Clips from old interviews resurfaced overnight. Photos from years ago started circulating again like they were brand new evidence. And then Joe Rogan stepped into the conversation, visibly frustrated by how fast everything was spiraling out of control.
That's like what I saw. Remember the photos of Jeff Bezos and his girlfriend,
Would
Leonardo
you like
DiCaprio? Yeah, she was like smiling at him, and then Jeff Bezos like was joking around about pushing him off a cliff. Like,
yeah.
But like, you don't have to worry about her, bro. She's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could see you could see her doing like the cost benefit analysis, like Leo or richest man in the world. And it's Leo. You're like, damn it.
God damn it.
Leo struck again.
Well, if she's over 30, you don't even have to worry about Leo.
Not over like 23. Yeah, 30.
What made this situation even more intense was the timing. Public trust in celebrities is already hanging by a thread. Every few months, another scandal breaks. Another famous name gets dragged online. Another secret from Hollywood gets exposed. So when Leonardo DiCaprio's name started getting connected to conversations surrounding Epstein again, people immediately assumed the worst. No hesitation, no patience, just instant judgment. But Joe Rogan wasn't reacting the way many expected. Instead of simply joining the outrage, he focused on something deeper, the dangerous way narratives are built online before facts are even verified.
So many horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z,
Everybody.
I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
Maybe Bill. You know, I've had conversations with people about it, and it's like, Jesus, like just trying to get the documents, like when they're trying to get the Epstein files, like the state of New York, one of the district attorneys was hiding documents that have forced them to give documents. A lot of it is...
but then it's just another Epstein. It's another Ghislaine Maxwell, where somebody gets indicted and nobody else. Indicted for trafficking kids to...
Right,
no one.
To no one. Yeah, it could be many things. I mean, it certainly is a code, which indicates, at least to me, that they were doing something they didn't want people to know about.
Because according to Rogan, what people were watching unfold wasn't just another celebrity controversy. It was a perfect example of how quickly the internet can turn speculation into accepted truth. And honestly, that's what made the entire situation so unsettling. Leonardo DiCaprio has spent decades building one of the biggest careers in Hollywood history. From the moment he became a global star after Titanic, his life stopped being normal. Every relationship became headline news. Every party appearance became a topic online. Every friendship got analyzed by millions of strangers.
Leonardo DiCaprio is voting for Kamala Harris. Has nothing to do with the Diddy parties.
When you guys
nothing to do with the Diddy parties. He's endorsed Kamala Harris because of climate change.
Did you see him? He's on a yacht and then on a private jet. Literally, like last week. Do you know Diddy won a lawsuit against that alcohol company? The alcohol company,
Ciroc.
Ciroc. He won like $1 billion deal, and once that happened, then this all came out.
This is in 2009. So Epstein was saying that. Where are you? Are you okay? I love the torture video.
Jeez.
I am in China. I'll be in the U.S. second week of May. What the fuck, man? And why is his name redacted? Why would your name be redacted if you're not a victim? Like, this is what's crazy about all this. Like, how come you redact some people and you don't redact other people? Like, what is this? This is not good. None of this is good for this administration. It looks fucking terrible. It looks terrible. It looks terrible for Trump when he was saying that none of this was real. This is all a hoax. This is not a hoax. Like, did you not know? Maybe he didn't know, if you want to be charitable. But this is definitely not a hoax. And if you've got redacted people's names and these people aren't victims, you're not protecting the victim. So what are you doing?
Right.
And how come all this shit is not released?
Where's the videos? They were telling us that videos are going to come out, incredibly high-profile people doing horrendous things. People are going to go to jail. Where?
Right.
Nothing. What did they do? The director of the FBI on this show. Nothing you're looking for is on those tapes. Like, what? Why did they say there was thousands of hours of tapes of people doing horrible shit? Why did they say that?
This is the current website to get into the Epstein files.
You're now in line.
I'm in the queue.
Oh, wow.
What?
Your estimated wait time is 1 minute. Oh. Is it moving? Oh, less than a minute.
Wait, we're gonna get into the.
Look, we're about to get in. 96%. We're getting less than a minute. We're at 96% getting into the Epstein files.
What do you think's gonna pop up first?
Oh, it's your turn.
Holy shit!
Oh, we're gonna see some shit. You are now being redirected to the website.
Nothing
Bro,
happened.
immediately a virus gets uploaded to your computer. They get a FaceTime video of every off session you're gonna have for now to the rest of your life.
He wasn't just an actor anymore. He became one of those celebrities people feel like they personally know even though they've never met him. Over the years, Leonardo carefully built an image around himself: environmental activism, charity work, award-winning performances, private lifestyle. He rarely gave explosive interviews, rarely got into public feuds. Compared to many Hollywood stars, he stayed relatively controlled. That's why this sudden wave of attention hit differently. People weren't used to seeing his name attached to something this dark. And the Epstein case changes everything around it. The moment that name enters a conversation, emotions instantly become intense, because this wasn't just another celebrity scandal. This case exposed horrifying crimes, powerful connections, and years of unanswered questions. It shattered public trust completely. Ever since the documents and flight logs became global news, the internet has been obsessed with trying to uncover every possible connection tied to that world. That's where Leonardo's name suddenly started appearing again online.
The Epstein stuff is so crazy because when Kash Patel was on here and he was like, there's nothing. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know what to say. My thought was, and people are like, why didn't you push back more? My thought was like, I'm just going to put this out there and let the internet do its work. The guy's saying there's no tapes, there's no video. That doesn't make any sense. And then he's like, well, we have a film. We're going to release that film. And the film has a fucking minute missing from it. It's so convenient that the guards were asleep. So convenient that the cameras didn't work. So convenient that years later, you have a recording of the outside of the cell, but a minute is missing from it.
3 minutes.
Yeah. 3 minutes?
Yeah, they found out it was like almost 3 minutes.
That's plenty of time to kill somebody. 3 minutes is more than enough time.
3 minutes, you could get a whole bunch of people killed by then.
You just don't understand how anybody can go to jail for sex trafficking when you don't have anybody they sex traffic to.
Right.
Like, that don't make any sense. Like, if I was Ghislaine's lawyer, I'd be like, to who? To who? Like, how did he not do that? Like, you want to tell me there's some sort of a compromised trial? How do you not have a lawyer that goes, who did she sex traffic to?
Right. There's some sort of backdoor deal that was like, hey, spend this time in jail and we won't kill you.
Or also, she's working with them.
Right.
Like, especially that kind of a crime, where there's a person that hires you or gives you money or that you use to get influence from, and then you sex traffic to them. So there's another person involved. And that other person is completely eliminated from the trial because what? Because they're billionaires? Because they're heads of state,
powerful enough,
prominent scientists. What is going, like, how is that okay? That doesn't even make sense that you could get through a whole trial like that. According to investigations, at least 15 students were lured into Epstein's Palm Beach home. Holy shit.
That's so crazy.
Now
That's
imagine
in 2005.
Imagine if those girls didn't get in that fight. Imagine if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's dark.
It's dark.
Yeah, but if
I mean, look at
Look
at some people that are in the...
There was nothing going on, so...
Oh! FBI concluded Jeffrey Epstein wasn't running a sex trafficking ring for powerful men. File show.
So, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Who says that? So if people wind up going to trial over this and people wind up getting indicted over this, that could get more interesting because then you remove it from Minnesota and then it becomes this federal court thing. And so then it becomes mainstream public news if they do this correctly.
But
if there is something there.
But the thing is, you have to worry about if the judge is going to be complicit and if the prosecutor is going to be complicit, like, and the media is also. You got to kind of fly that arrow through 3 hoops to hit that bullseye.
You got to go through the bushes and make you got a small hole to shoot through. Yeah.
And then to try to make it and then it'd be very easy for Newsom to be like, I'm so glad this got exposed.
Right.
I promise you, as president, this won't happen in America. And if you want to talk corruption, look at Trump and all his sweetheart deals, blah, 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 blah. Hillary's already throwing him under the bus about Epstein. They don't have shame. Did you not see that? Saying? Hillary's like, Trump's in the files thousands of times. Like, let's have this conversation. She started already.
Right.
But here's where, not because he had been charged with a crime, not because there was some new official accusation, but because internet investigators began connecting old social circles, old photos, old Hollywood events, and turning them into viral theories. And once those theories start spreading, they move faster than facts ever can. Then came the phrase that pushed everything into another level entirely. Leonardo DiCaprio is on the run. It spread everywhere. TikTok videos, YouTube thumbnails, Twitter posts, Reddit threads. People claimed he disappeared from public view because he was hiding. Others claimed powerful celebrities were preparing for more leaks behind the scenes. Suddenly, every missing public appearance became evidence. Every private vacation became suspicious. Even normal silence started getting interpreted as guilt. And this is exactly the part Joe Rogan lost patience with. Because Rogan has talked for years about how dangerous internet culture has become when emotions take over logic. He's repeatedly warned about people building entire narratives backward. Instead of starting with verified facts, they start with a conclusion they emotionally want to believe, then search for anything that supports it. That's what he saw happening here. During conversations on his podcast, Rogan has often explained how famous actors attend the same fundraisers, billionaires appear at the same events, powerful people move in the same social environments. That overlap creates associations, but according to Rogan, association alone cannot automatically be treated like proof of criminal behavior. But online, that distinction disappears almost instantly. Once the words Epstein and Leonardo DiCaprio appeared in the same sentence, the algorithm did the rest. Suddenly, creators were uploading dramatic videos claiming Hollywood was collapsing. Music overlays made ordinary clips feel sinister. Slow zooms on old photographs created the illusion that hidden secrets were finally being uncovered. And millions of people believed it. That's the terrifying part. Not because people are wrong to ask questions. Questions matter. Accountability matters. Investigations matter. But what Rogan kept circling back to was the speed, the certainty, the way the internet now treats suspicion like confirmation. Because once someone's reputation gets attached to a scandal online, separating truth from speculation becomes almost impossible. What nobody expected was how quickly the on-the-run narrative grew despite almost no verified evidence supporting it. Leonardo keeping a low profile suddenly became proof he was hiding. Not attending a public event became suspicious. Staying silent became interpreted as fear. But celebrities disappear from the spotlight all the time, especially actors like Leonardo DiCaprio, who have spent decades under non-stop public attention. Sometimes they travel privately. Sometimes they avoid media cycles intentionally. Sometimes they simply don't want cameras around them every week. But online, silence creates a vacuum, and the internet hates empty space, so people rush to fill it with theories. Joe Rogan seemed genuinely frustrated watching that happen, because to him, there's a huge difference between investigating powerful systems and blindly accusing individuals without verified evidence. And that difference matters more than ever in cases connected to something as serious as Epstein. At one point, Rogan reportedly questioned why people no longer wait for official information before acting completely convinced, why edited clips and dramatic thumbnails now carry more emotional weight than actual reporting, why outrage spreads faster than facts. And honestly, those questions hit hard, because modern internet culture rewards emotional reactions, not careful thinking. A calm explanation rarely goes viral. A dramatic accusation does. That's why creators keep pushing stories further and further. Every title has to sound bigger. Every claim has to feel more shocking. Every thumbnail has to imply hidden secrets. The algorithm feeds off intensity, and once audiences emotionally commit to a narrative, they stop wanting uncertainty. They stop wanting nuance. They want villains. They want exposure. They want dramatic endings. That's why the phrase "on the run" exploded so fast. It sounds cinematic. It sounds guilty. It instantly creates a movie inside people's minds. But there's a massive problem when entertainment starts replacing evidence. Rogan has repeatedly warned about this exact mindset before, because when every coincidence becomes proof, actual proof loses meaning. Everything starts blending together into one giant emotional narrative where facts barely matter anymore. And meanwhile, the real issues can get buried underneath the noise. That's another point many people miss. The Epstein scandal involved real victims, real crimes, and real failures at powerful levels. Those realities deserve serious attention. But when internet culture turns every trending celebrity into an instant suspect without verified evidence, the conversation can spiral away from actual accountability and into chaos. Still, none of this stopped the internet from digging deeper. People began revisiting Leonardo's old interviews, his friendships, event footage from years ago. Clips that originally meant nothing suddenly looked suspicious through a new lens. A simple interaction at a party became evidence. A shared event became proof. The internet started building a storyline frame by frame. And once people emotionally believe they're uncovering hidden truths, it becomes very hard to convince them otherwise. That's the psychological part Rogan seems most disturbed by. Because the internet no longer behaves like a machine searching for truth. It behaves like a machine searching for emotional satisfaction. If a story feels believable enough emotionally, millions of people accept it before verifying anything. That's dangerous, especially in situations involving serious accusations. But here's where things become even more complicated. The public distrust toward Hollywood didn't appear out of nowhere. For years, people watched scandals get covered up. Powerful names avoided consequences. Victims got ignored. So now, many audiences assume there must always be more hidden beneath the surface. That distrust fuels everything. And Rogan understands that. He's not blindly defending celebrities. In fact, he's often criticized elite circles heavily. He's openly questioned how figures like Epstein gained access to so many influential people in the first place. He's questioned media systems, Hollywood culture, and powerful networks many times before. But questioning systems is different from declaring guilt without evidence. That line matters. And according to Rogan, the internet barely recognizes that line anymore. As the Leonardo rumors kept spreading, the emotional atmosphere online became intense. Some people were convinced more leaks were coming. Others believed Hollywood insiders were secretly panicking. Entire communities online started treating speculation like established fact. Meanwhile, there was still no verified criminal case tying Leonardo directly to Epstein's crimes. That fact kept getting lost, because facts move slower than emotions online. And once the internet locks onto a narrative, correcting it becomes almost impossible. Even if future information disproves parts of the story, many people will never fully let go of the original impression. That's the permanent damage viral accusations can create. Reputation destruction now happens in real time. One trending headline can change how millions view someone forever. That reality seems to genuinely disturb Rogan, because whether someone is guilty or innocent, public judgment now arrives long before investigations ever finish. Social media acts like judge, jury, and executioner all at once, and the emotional pressure from that can destroy people mentally. Imagine waking up and seeing millions of strangers convinced you're secretly hiding from justice because of internet rumors. Imagine watching years of your career get reinterpreted through the darkest possible lens overnight. Imagine every silence becoming suspicious, every absence becoming evidence. That pressure is enormous, even for celebrities. And while fame brings privilege, it also creates a strange kind of emotional isolation. Because once the world decides who you are, it becomes incredibly difficult to change the narrative. That's why situations like this spiral so quickly. People aren't just reacting to Leonardo DiCaprio anymore. They're reacting to years of frustration with celebrity culture itself. They're reacting to distrust in institutions, distrust in media, distrust in wealth and power. Leonardo simply became the latest symbol caught in that emotional storm. And Joe Rogan sees that clearly. He sees how modern outrage culture operates. He sees how algorithms reward certainty over truth. He sees how speculation becomes entertainment, and he sees how dangerous that becomes when millions of people stop separating accusations from verified facts. Because once society loses that distinction completely, truth itself becomes harder to find. And honestly, that may be the scariest part of this entire story. Not the rumors, not the headlines, not even the conspiracy theories, but the realization that people now emotionally commit to narratives before evidence even arrives. The realization that public opinion can be manipulated by edits, thumbnails, and viral clips faster than any investigation could ever keep up with. That's the world we live in now. And whether Leonardo DiCaprio is guilty of anything or not, this situation exposed something much bigger than one celebrity scandal. It exposed how fragile truth has become in the internet era, how quickly people move from curiosity to certainty, how outrage spreads faster than understanding. Joe Rogan's frustration wasn't really about defending Hollywood. It was about warning people what happens when emotion completely replaces critical thinking. Because when that happens, everyone becomes vulnerable to manipulation, and the internet never slows down long enough to ask whether it got the story right. So now the question hanging over everything isn't just about Leonardo DiCaprio. It's about whether society still knows how to separate suspicion from proof at all. Whether people still care about evidence more than viral narratives, whether truth can even survive in an online world designed entirely around emotion and engagement. And maybe that's why this story hit such a nerve, because deep down, people aren't only afraid of hidden secrets in Hollywood anymore. They're afraid they can no longer trust what they're seeing online either, and that uncertainty is spreading faster than any scandal ever could. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the biggest celebrity controversies and internet stories shaking Hollywood right now. Because the deeper you look into these viral moments, the more complicated they become. And trust me, this conversation is far from over.